let's work on making a liquid. Well, let's get a lid on this first. Shouldn't dry out any more than it would dry out because it's from the manufacturer. It's just we mixed it ourselves. All we did was add color to it. Okay, it said 1 part to 4 parts pigment. So I'm going to get a clean spoon. One 4 parts pigment. You know, I don't think it's going to kill it. We're going to put 2 in. I just want to be certain that the mica doesn't come off. And I'm going to use, since we know these micas can kill sprayers, I'm actually only going to use 3 of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up the Brusho. Being very careful. And that's what it looks like inside the pot. Wipe so I don't want to cross-contaminate. And I'm going to put about a half. Actually, let's add water first and see how this sprays without the Brusho, so we can have a comparison. I'm going to fill it about halfway. Maybe 3/4. I knew that was going to happen. I can't pour straight to save my life. I could never be a bartender. I can make pretty drinks, but I don't know how they taste. All my clients would be like my dog on the floor, trying to pick up everything I spilt. Okay. I'm going to use, this is rice paper, printable rice paper. Okay, that's not, actually there is quite a bit of iridescent in there, but I need to go darker because I want more iridescent, and it's going to be difficult for you to see that, but I do want more iridescent. I can see that already. And so you just kind of have to play. Oh, I remember when I did this the first time, putting a scoop of the angel wings in seriously bumps up the iridescent. So if you don't have the funds to right now get the entire kit, get angel wings, because angel wings goes in every color. So you don't have to get the individual pigments. And of course, it'll take 3 or 4 sprays to get it out of the... Okay. Yes, that really does bump up the iridescence. Let's see how it will look when it dries, because you can't see what I can see. It's nowhere near picking up what's on there. And there is a great deal. It looks like gossamer wings, especially on this rice paper. It's so cool. But to get the deepness of color now, along with the spray, the mica spray, we want to put some Brusho in there. And like I said, you can always add more, but it's a pain in the rear once these spray bottles fill up with that mica and they jam. Now, can you see the difference in the darkness? Let's spray this on regular paper, because you can't see what I can see. So, let me grab a piece of white cardstock. It's not so see-through. Let's see what we get. Yep, right there at the border. It's wanting to give me a fit. Just a tad too much mica. We'll have to put another sprayer in there and put more water. So let's try putting more water in there. This is what drives me crazy about the mica sprays. I'd almost rather just paint on with some other medium or just watercolor my image with a paintbrush than to spray it these days, if you gotta have mica in there. Nobody's coming to the door, baby girl. She is trained that when the phone dings, more than likely someone's coming to the door. So when it dinged just now, she says, it's time to go see who's here. Come on, give it to me. I'm not getting it. Switch to a different sprayer. Since I thinned it out, maybe this one will work. It's not the spray, it's the mica. Because I tested about 5 different sprayers, from cheap ones to Nuvo sprayers, and they all, it's not the spray. Alright, so you can see it is deeper and darker with the Brusho. And there is iridescent in there, but you cannot see it because of the camera, and I do apologize. Cameras just don't pick up the iridescent sheen, but there is quite a bit in there. It's very pretty. So, be careful. That's one of the reasons why I don't fill the bottle all the way up, because when it begins to jam, you need to add a little bit more water, and don't add any more mica. You can add more Brusho if you want it deeper, but don't add any more mica. Okay, let's see. Glossy Accents. I'm going to do Glossy Accents, and then that's the one we're going to use to paint these wings. So we're going to do Glossy Accents in just angel wings, because it's my opinion that if you start out with just angel wings in Brushos, you gotta get the Brushos, you can do anything you want. This is just the glossy accent, and I think I'll just use a brush. And angel wings. And of course, glossy accents takes a little bit to dry, so I'll have to post pictures of the final. Actually, I want to do this fella. I like to do different things like this on the different paper crafting that I do to spotlight an item. So we use it to 3D an item to make it shine, but sometimes we want a mirror effect. Well, you can put some of this back there to make a mirror really look like a mirror. And they sell little bottles. I could not find mine. That after I mix it, I could put it in a bottle, but I just as soon paint it. And then we're going to see how he looks when he dries. Let's do a couple of flowers too. So I'm anxious to see how those look when they dry. So this first one is just angel wings. Right on the tips. You could do the whole thing, but I've never wanted to do the whole thing. I like to do these. Crystal has so many colors of flowers, and the majority of them are such even, natural, neutral, easy to tint shades that you can get a variety of them and keep them, and then as different papers come in, just do something like this to make it match your paper and to give it that extra bling. Whenever she puts light colors, pastel colors on sale, I always get them. Always get them. Because I know I can do something like this to them. I use the ink pad sometimes, but it's usually the metallics that I put on the edge. You don't have to do that if you do this. And so, we're going to see how that looks. Hopefully I'll get a good photograph of it. So, I want to try that with the aqua color with the glossy accents. And this has been sitting for a couple of hours. I don't know if you can see that gorgeous shine in there, because it's a black bottom. It's as black as this. And that's glossy accents with Brusho and the primary element color that I chose. Can't remember what the name of it is. Arabian Sea and Prussian Blue. So let's see how that flower looks with a little bit of that on the edges. So when you can't find a flower to match the particular paper, Find a neutral flower, white, cream, gray, light pink. And doll it up. Glossy Accents and Brushos and pigment. Now, an alternative to the primary element pigments, you can get cheap eyeshadow from the dollar store. It won't be as concentrated color-wise. However, if you're putting Brushos in there, it'll make up the difference. So you can get it cheaper, you'll have to put a little more in there. And as long as you've got those Brushos, you can get good color, very good intense color. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that because it breaks me out, so I don't even keep it. So I couldn't even test it. Let's look at those Mod Podges real quickly. The Mod Podge on the black. I'm loving that shine on that black. And you get the tint, so you still see. And so this is with just the mica. Oh, you should see it shine here. And this is the mica and Brusho. And this is the same one, the Mod Podge. I really wish I could get the iridescent to pop out. This is the Glimmer Paste, which should be the same as the crushed ice or the unicorn if you want chunkier. And this crushed ice effect paste. I'm trying to find the front. I don't have an item number on this one, or I'd give it to you. And here's the other one. I'll get that swatched. And so this is the Nuvo Glimmer Paste, and they should look like those. Let's see. This is dry, didn't take long, and it gives it on that black just an iridescent sheen on top. And let's see how the cardstock, the mirror cardstock. You don't get much, probably because of the deepness of the paper. So mainly you just get glitter. So if you're wanting to glitter this up, I'd say save your pigment in your Brusho and just put the unicorn paste on it if you're wanting to do that. And see, together when you put this on top of this, the unicorn, the glitter from underneath just helps. So it just depends on how much bling you want. I hope you learned something today and you have something, you picked up something that you can use. I am going to be doing several projects and I will post them in our Facebook group. If you're not in it, please ask to join ASC VIP Facebook group and hop over to ASC Craft Supplies. Use coupon code CWH10 Creations with Heart 10 for 10% discount on all regular purchases, and shipping is free for $75 or higher. I hope you have a wonderful day. Here is the printable rice paper and also white 80-pound cardstock with the Brushos purple and the primary elements purplicious and a little bit of angel wings. And now that it's dry, you can see the shimmer that's in there. I can't get that kind of shimmer to show up on my camera, but I can with my phone if I hold it just right. And as you can see, with that additive, a little bit comes off, but not a lot, because there is really a lot there. And some of that is also from earlier. I'm going to have glitter all over my body. Here the items that we painted during the ABCs with ASC. I just wanted to get a different angle using a different camera so you could see the shine that you get. These particularly, the consistency, that metallic-like look underneath that teal reminds me of this, the embellishment mousse. It's almost identical to the way it looks when it dries. It's not translucent. It does cover more, and it has that burnished metallic look. And this is the one with just the angel wings. Angel wings does seem to give just a little bit of a gray tint to it, which it was gray in the bottle. I think I'm going to write the owner and ask them, do they have one that has a little less gray tint, in case you're wanting to just put the iridescent but leave the color that's coming underneath the project. But again, this was Nuvo Glimmer Paste, or also Prima Fin Bar Unicorn. This is Mod Podge fabric. This is with Brusho and Primary Elements. This is just Primary Elements. You can see the metallic sheen in there. And same things on black. I'm very interested in that fabric Mod Podge. Look at the color coming through there. With the Brusho in there and those Primary Elements, I'm going to be able to do some really nice stuff for Christmas. Just an update.